Welcome to the Wealth Dynamics Accelerator in brief, week one. This is a highly concentrated, concise, and potent dose of the tools, techniques, technologies, orientations, distinctions that you need to scale your business at high speed. Now, I'm going to assume that you have taken your Wealth Dynamics test. If you haven't, get with me, get that done soon, because it's critical and crucial that you find your path of least resistance, that is, path into flow, so that you can go where you need to be in order to have wealth flow to you easily. You know how I know it's true? Because it rhymed. No. That's just when I get into flow. So I'm going to share the notes from week one so that you are oriented. Give me one moment to get those onto the screen. Here you go, week one. So first of all, here are your agreements. Notice where you're at in the teachability index. The teachability index is on a scale of 0 to 10, how willing are you to learn? And willingness to learn looks like willingness to show up and receive all the material, to consume it quickly, to integrate it deeply. Willingness to accept change is how much are you doing differently because of what you've studied and learned on a scale of 1 to 10. You could have a 10 out of 10 because you're reading a bunch of books and shit, but a 0 out of 10 because you're not actually implementing. To know and not to do is not to know. So these are multiplied. 10 by 1 is 10. 10 out of 10 would look like, in both cases, you're choosing to be fully and completely present, taking notes, bells and whistles, like lights on, and enthusiastic for the classes. You're not making excuses. You're prioritizing this course. You're using the highest and best. You're tithing your earliest and sharpest time, energy, and attention every morning to apply and implement, right? So that's teachability. We'll start with that. And notice when your teachability goes low because you run out of steam or speed or your sponge is full. Take a break, stare at a wall, do a deep dopamine detox by staring at a blank wall for 10 minutes. And that'll reset your nervous system so that you can focus more easily and imbibe and ingest more data and more information. Excuse me. Here is our week one outline. Again, pausing. Thanks for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. So we want to reduce noise, simplify your life, and focus on what will make you most successful. What do I mean by that? Delete all and unsubscribe to all emails that are not forwarding your chief aim. What's your chief aim? Well, it could be to finish market research. It could be to do a launch. It could be to make a certain amount of money in sales or cash flow. Whatever that is, notice everything in your life. Is it supporting you in the direction? And notice everyone in your life. Are they supporting you in the direction of your goal, or are they in the way and adding weight and anchoring you when, in fact, all we want is lift? That's the whole reason we have the Wealth Lighthouse, is lift through your wings of wealth. Your profile, your Wealth Dynamics profile is like the trunk of an airplane, and then we've got wings. We can lean into either to get lift. And we may talk about a little bit more of that in a moment. So optimize your circadian biology. I'd say go to bed by 10 p.m. You can get an Oura Ring to help you manage and measure the quality of your sleep, to discover when your ideal time, given your biology, is to go to bed. You can figure out your chronotype by taking tests online. Keep your space cold, dark, and quiet, the space where you sleep. Use your bed only for sex and sleep, if possible. Don't do caffeine past 3 or 4 p.m. Avoid alcohol and drugs of all kinds. You're an athlete, by the way. Welcome to the Olympics. Entrepreneurship is an athletic sport. And if you're waking up in the middle of the night, you can check out the Chinese Organ clock to know what's going on. If you're waking up at between 3 and 5 a.m., that could be your liver detoxifying. What do we mean by becoming more teachable? Well, you're going to grow in teachability as you experience the truth of applying the different pieces that we have to offer here. You're going to see other people successful. You're going to see results, and you're going to be like, wow, I get to do more because I have more faith. So then we're going to go into the feminine anchor and the masculine directionality. So the feminine anchor is the 5 rhythms and the ideal morning ritual. And we want you to make this your own, right? This is if success is structural, these are the activities that if you do them long enough consistently, will make you successful alongside what we're building in through your lenses and your unique plan to creating an offer, launching it to the marketplace, etc. So hydration is important. Hydrate with raw lemon water or green juice. This will stimulate you with an I can energy. That's what lemon juice and citrus fruits are associated with. Feel free to do breath work to clear the mind. It could be, here I'm going to come off of the outline. Blowing out, in, out the other, in, and that's Nadi Shodhana. The other one is the 9 breath healing method, which you can go to my YouTube channel and Louis Brantmeyer and find there if you haven't used that before. It's super powerful. Coming back to our outline. You want to do some kind of breath work to clear the mind. Daydream on your 5-year targets. Teach the subconscious mind daily that it's safe for you to have your end result by living it now in your imagination. Get that to where it's a practice that is occurring consistently and automatically. Then use your Feel Free to Prosper training to do prosperity decrees. There's 2 different types of decrees. One, the decrees she mentions in the book in lesson 1 that will enable you to open your mind to things flowing in and being more deeply impactful for you. What I mean by that is the feelings of abundance, the feelings of prosperity, the feelings of wealth. The decrees are a way of focusing into your subconscious, drip dropping that end result until your subconscious is reborn, rebirthed from that energy. And you're continuously experiencing miracles of abundance and prosperity. And so that's the more feminine sort of cultivating the garden. The masculine is identify a clear business goal to write down that generates cash flow. So it could be, I easily receive my first high ticket sale. And don't put a time limit on it. Now, mentally, cognitively, and when it comes to your lenses, you can plan on and have a promotion structure and be like, I want to make this amount of money in this amount of time, but hold it lightly. Don't hold it tightly. Because if you hold it tightly, you might be resisting receiving. And why do we keep it vague when you're writing down 25 times daily, I received my first high ticket coaching client? It's because you're getting into the feeling of it. You're letting your job is the what and the why. And so you're using the affirmation to step into that. The universe's job is the who and the how. And sure, you'll figure out hows, you'll attract hows, you'll generate hows, you'll test them out, you'll figure them out. But for you, the most important thing is to be in the feeling of it. And then your intuition will show you ways, right? And then finally, and this is your ideal morning ritual for business being successful, right? All of this is an Olympic athlete leveraging his mind, his or her mind or focus and body in order to be fully available for the task of getting out there and getting into flow and doing lead generation. What is your path of least resistance? If you're a supporter profile with Blaze Genius energy like me, this is why you need to know your profile. You can just go start talking to people and connecting with people who you might serve, adding value, hearing how things are going for them. And then lead generation might look like content. It might look like shaking the warm market of the people who already know, like, and trust you to find out who knows someone who you could serve and make a difference for. So that's part 1, agreements. Part 2, 5 rhythms. Next, and this is especially crucial and critical, once you build out a clear offer and you know who you serve and you've got your niche landed, you want a professional headshot, you want a well-built logo, you want a tagline, and you want a clarification, you want a website. The website is a personal brand page. At this juncture, just have it be yourname.com. I'll show you a great example here of headshot, tagline, banner. So this is my banner. It really clearly, crisply, easily articulates what I do and for whom, and gives them a website. This is an older headshot. I could probably replace it, but it's good enough. And this is what we mean by a banner. It's you declaring yourself, planting your flag, clarifying to the marketplace who you are and how you serve. And once the marketplace has that, it's like a lightning rod to draw people in. The website, which I'll show you here, the website is a business card. It's a glorified business card. Ideally, you want to capture people's emails with something really amazing that is the must-have, like dream result that they're looking for, and then give them an opportunity to schedule a call with you in order to work with you. Now, mine's a little elaborate. There are several different wings to my business and aspects in which I serve, but the most important thing that you want to do on your website is capture the attention of your ideal client by proving to them that you can help them. And if you don't have a website yet, don't worry. If you don't have your niche yet, don't worry. I'm giving you the structure so that you can build not just a red, but a yellow level infrastructure in your business. Headshot, tagline, banner, website. All of these are necessary. And you can see all of my testimonials here. So you might not be in a place where you have testimonials to deploy yet. Now we know where to go to work. As you're finding your niche, making your initial offers, selling your first clients, collect testimonials with gusto and enthusiasm so that you can share them like this. And then there's like a who am I, and there's screenshots of different results I've produced. Once you have a track record of success, you're clear on who you serve, you've served a number of people, you've collected testimonials, then whipping up a website like this should only take a couple hours. That's all it took for me. After I was inspired by one of my clients, after me not having a website for years, and she was like, oh yeah, I did it in 2 hours. I was like, if you can do it, I can do it. Another way of leveraging other pages on your website is have them be landing pages for sales opportunities. So this is a 6-week accelerator program for men that I created. There's a masterclass that they can dig into that will nurture them as a lead, inspire them with our unique content and mechanism, and make an offer to them to buy the 6-week accelerator. And then there's copy here that inspires people with what I've created, right, in the realm of dating and relationships, so that people see, oh my gosh, I need what you have. And you can come back to my website to check this out. And then I've got testimonials for this offer and testimonials for this program, right? Which all takes time and energy to build. Finally, I've got the same thing for the Speak Powerfully Now group coaching program with a schedule to apply. And the, if nothing else, watch this, with a quick sizzle reel that lets people know what I do and inspires them to come join me. Finally, I have a couple other offers here. Create your first high ticket coaching client. This I could put a better picture here, but this is good enough, right? Anytime I get great copy from posts that go viral, I use those for sales pages. And then I put a link for someone to just go ahead and buy a program for me. This is a little elaborate. All you need is really the about me. All you need is like telling people what you do with pretty colors, etc., and testimonials and a link to schedule calls with you. Everything else is just me teaching you a little bit of bonus so that you have some ideas of where to go once you're more mature. Next, we're going to review the Wealth Lighthouse. What is, pray tell, the Wealth Lighthouse? Well, if you've heard me teach for any length of time, you've probably heard me mention the Wealth Lighthouse by now. The Wealth Lighthouse is the structure for success. It is the map and the compass for how to create abundance. So we started Infrared Victim, going deeper into debt each and every month. We've spent more than we've made in our business. This could be per month, this could be per product, this could be per program, this could be for an entire business or flow of wealth. So it takes work to get to red level, which is the survivor, where you're just over broke, making enough to pay your bills or making enough to cover and break even in your business. The problem with infrared is you're in blame, judgment, fear. The problem with red is you're in exasperation cycles of boom and bust, barely relieved on the other side of fighting, struggling, straining, and working hard. And then finally, we graduate to orange level, which is where most of the 9-to-5 world is. Orange level is the worker. The orange level is when someone knows that they can make more money, it just requires more time, energy, and effort from them. So the bottleneck is, how many hours do you have per day? How many conversations can you have, etc. We don't want you to get trapped there. And really, the personal flow, the initial triangle here, it ends with the yellow level, where you have systems, structures, automation, and processes in place to allow strangers to find you through ads, through other means, through reputation, through referrals, through affiliates. And those strangers who find you, they become leads through falling in love with you through your content, your unique mechanism, your leverageable assets of recorded workshops and masterclasses, all kinds of things online. And then they go from strangers to leads to scheduling calls on your calendar. And ideally, when you get enough of those, all you have to do is take the calls. And then you can actually outsource the calls. And all you do is show up and coach. Your funnel that you put money into with ads has them sign up for free shit from you and or a call with you. They show up on the call with you, fully nurtured and excited about receiving your gifts. And then you sell them using the Lighthouse method. Real simple. Now, the wealth dynamics square is slightly different. And it is looking down upon the wealth dynamics lighthouse. So I'm going to show you the wealth dynamics square real quick. Let's see. All right, so here we go. Wealth dynamics square will give you your unique flow into wealth. We start up here with, oh, it looks better when we put it like this, excuse me. So imagine the top of that wealth dynamics lighthouse. It is the why, and the why, the energy of why, flows down into the what and the who and the when and the how. This is based on the trigrams of the I Ching and the 5 elements of Chinese medicine. It is a system with its roots ancient, right? It's an articulation of the map of how to create in the world through leveraging the genius that you are. And each of these is actually representation of different parts of the brain. The frontal lobe, the right brain, the left brain, the occipital lobe, the parietal lobe, right? And all of those different lobes are associated with different functions of the mind. Innovation and being intuitive and creating new things, that's up here associated with high dynamo energy, wood, spring. So we go from spring to summer to autumn, fall to winter, and then the cycle starts over. Because once you've got your why hooked up, why are you doing this? Then you get clear on what you're creating. You find out who to sell it to, when is the right time to offer it to them, and then how do you multiply that? Each of these genius types has a question that it asks and a question that it answers. So what you're going to do is you're going to find your profile and you're going to follow that flow. It's easiest to win a game when you choose to play one game rather than 8 different games. And you're only meant to play like 15% of the games on here, right? And then you partner with other people to structure your business and build and magnify what you have to offer with ease and grace and speed and potency. For example, with me, I am a supporter profile, and I am partnering with Artemis, who he moonlights as a creator. He's actually a star, and he actually also has skill as a mechanic. So he's one of those rare birds who he fits into the system, but he's got this like whole side covered. He's got a steel lord, his wife, who takes care of tasks that aren't in the wheelhouse of the star. And then he has a virtual assistant who covers more of the day-to-day sort of regular tasks. So he has a 3-legged stool that covers all of his bases. For me, I have a supporter, I have a Lord profile, or I have a mechanic who moonlights as a Lord in the form of my partner, Sarah. And then I also have this whole wing covered by Artemis. And then I'm working on filling this spot right? I've historically managed to get to six figures, and you can without filling in all three legs, but the ideal is to fill three legs. I restarted from the ground up with a new niche about 2 months ago, money magic alignment, and I'm really excited to serve through it. So anyway, you'll see Richard Branson, Oprah, I forget who that is, Donald Trump, George Soros. I choose to remember his name. This is usually the spot occupied by Andrew Carnegie. This is Mark Zuckerberg, and this is Warren Buffett. I knew if I went on, I'd remember. So creators innovate. They create new opportunities for things. If you look at Richard Branson, he creates business after business after business after business. And as he's doing so, I'm going to pause real quick. I'm going to pause the recording real quick. The star genius, the star profile, their job is to show up and shine and speak from stages and shine light onto things that they create, or people that they are connected with. You see their wing is the supporter. Supporter profile, their job is to connect people with each other and resources. And as a coach, I'm always sharing resources. I'm sure you've seen. I've got a resource for most questions and challenges that you may have. I also love creating events and creating gatherings where people connect. Dealmaker knows when to talk to the right people at the right time and to meet and match them in order to make money off of facilitating transactions or connections. They can hear where there's an opportunity when they're speaking to someone and how to craft opportunities in order to have them land really effectively. This is how I leaned into my Dealmaker wing to craft all kinds of joint venture opportunities. Traders, and by the way, Blaze Genius or a supporter answers the question, how can this be grown with me? Just like a Lord answers the question, how can this be grown without me? The Blaze Genius, they need to be present as the face of the brand. The Steel Lord, they're behind the scenes. They're working on the spreadsheets. They're doing all manner of other things that have nothing to do with being in front of people. If you try to get a fish to climb a tree, you're trying to get someone to do something that it's not in their wheelhouse. So find out, are you a fish or are you a bird or are you a gorilla? And whatever your path is, follow that. It's much easier to build a business and be successful in it when you do that. So we've asked the question, what? I want to be a coach. Who do I serve? Okay, I'm clear what I offer to them and who I'm serving it to. And then you get clear on things like timing. When do I offer this to someone? Not everybody's going to be ready for your high ticket offer immediately. So you want to plan on making space for following up with people until it's the right time. The trader pays attention to markets. The tempo genius really likes step-by-step processes, which is why, with Warren Buffett and George Soros, they just look at the marketplace and they iterate on managing money in such a way that it multiplies or that their investments pay off. Then we get introversion. So introversion, left hemisphere of the brain, extroversion, right hemisphere. And then these are the seasons and also the different elements. And it's such a beautiful, gorgeous, elegant system. The Lord profile, they take something that's selling well and they multiply it. And this requires a lot of figuring out of putting different pieces and puzzles together. My mentor's mentor, Nolly Williams, rockstar real estate agent, put together a funnel with his $997 course to where he was just selling it through ads, and he would lean back and he didn't have to do any more work other than tinker with Facebook ads once a month to make $250,000 a year. You can too. Partner with a Steel Lord in order to make it true for you. Finally, the mechanic, they see structures and systems. They integrate vast quantities of data into putting a puzzle together super easily, right? So we want to find out who you are and how to leverage your genius to make you fly far, fast with great ease and enthusiasm. Coming back to our week 1 outline. One moment. What I'd really recommend is reading Millionaire Master Plan. And what's great is you can get it from audiobooks.com. Oh, it looks like it didn't do any of that. audiobooks.com, Millionaire Master Plan. You can get it for free because most people don't use this app and they're trying to get people to use it. So play it for free with a 30-day trial. Now, I'm going to give you a quick summary of the bare minimum viable necessary shit to get from infrared to red in your coaching business or any business. Success is structural. So if you put into place certain things in your business, you'll get to where you want to go. Why are you at red level on the lighthouse if you're at red level, right? Or even why are you at infrared? Lack of proper lead generation structure. You're not measuring your time on task over time. I would say do the two, at least 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week of reaching out to people, creating content and engaging in conversations that add value to people, or master classes, or sales calls, or market research calls. All of the above enables you access to people who you can serve. If you're at red level, you might have lack of discipline with your business organization. You might have a lack of connection to your core values. What are my core values? I give fun, flow, freedom, love, magic, mastery, transformation, and growth to the world. If you haven't done the values exercise, request it from me and I'll send you the PDF. You can pick your 7 and repeat them daily. This will inject enthusiasm and inspiration into doing what can sometimes be confronting, provocative, challenging activity of lead generation, or like putting together a funnel or building a website, right? If you know that action that you're taking is your access to giving the gifts that you most love and value to the world, like for me, injecting fun and flow through my group coaching calls, then it becomes more intrinsically fulfilling and valuable. So not only are we here to get you inspired by getting you into your vision, taking intuitively guided actions, but we're also here to get you into your flow by following the path of least resistance that is your genius, and those things that are not in your genius zone, because you will have to do certain things until you can hire a partner with a team. We're going to inject your values into those to keep you motivated and inspired to take those actions until you get to where you want to go. So connect to your core values and get passionate about delivering that connection that you have to your core values. So a lot of business owners, most business owners live and die at red level. A lot of business owners, most business owners live and die at red level. Why is that? Well, they've dug a hole. They lack the deep passion and consistent daily connection to why they do what they do through their values. So the result is you're distracted, you're frittering your time away on activities that aren't supportive of your business. You don't reach out for business enough for consistent cash, and you start to drift. This is infrared and red level. So how do we pull ourselves out of this hole? We build a strong foundation. There are 3 movements from infrared to red. Measure your money. Check your bank account. Be realistic about your budgeting and make sure that you have enough month by month and you're tracking income, outflow, accounts receivable, accounts payable, all of this, basic accounting. And if you aren't making enough in your business to cover all of your expenses yet, obviously continue on in your job or your previous career until, work part-time in your business and half-time at your job and full-time at your job until your business makes more than your job. Then quit your job and do your business full-time. When your business and work your business full-time until your wealth, your passive income and revenue streams through investments, land, real estate, whatever, work full-time on your business and part-time on your wealth until your wealth makes more than your business. Then you won't have to even have a business anymore because you can live off of the income, index funds, whatever, from your passive income, etc. All of that starts with you measuring your money effectively. Commit to conduct. See and visualize your 5-year target each and every day. You remember I said you need lift? The lift is paying strict, devoted, excited, enthusiastic, and inspired attention to where you're ultimately wanting to go. Your stretch goal, not just I'd love to have 10K next month, but what is the lifestyle of abundance and freedom that motivates you to take all the actions and stay in your flow and do your duty. Whatever it takes to create consistent cash flow, prioritize that over and above everything else. Lead generation, 2 hours a day, 6 days a week, at least, at a minimum. If you want more, go for more. Next, how do you get from red, just over broke, to orange? Pinpoint your passions, speak your values daily. I give fun, flow, freedom, love, magic, mastery, transformation, and growth to the world, and I love and value these. I speak that daily. many times, often. Raise and sometimes set your standards. Who do you serve? Find those people who can most easily pay you, who are ready, willing, available, and able to pay you high ticket, like for the most premium programs you offer. Those are your ideal customers, those who you can make a big difference for, who you can serve, who can pay you at your highest level, and who you love being around, right? So you have to set your standards or raise them. For me, as a red level business owner, I was serving heart-centered coaches. Most heart-centered coaches are broke and chasing just enough money to pay their rent. And I got to know that avatar really well until I raised my standards. So in Money Magic Alignment, who I serve is 6 and multiple 6-figure entrepreneurs. And then let's see, follow the flow of the market. Become more resourceful. Notice where the market trend is trending inside of your industry, your niche, and also your sub niche, right? So these are all elaborated upon and further deepened inside your particular genius. Once you take the test, you'll get clear on which genius zone is yours to lean into: Blaze Genius, Tempo Genius, Dynamo Genius, or Steel Lord. And then Millionaire Master Plan will give you how to apply these specific steps through your unique genius to lifting from infrared to red, etc. So we're asking you to go all in. What is the essence of going all in? Well, you make the choice to go all in every day. Going all in comes from poker, where you put all your chips in. If you have a plan B, plan A will fail when it comes to entrepreneurship. And I'm not saying don't be prudent. I'm not saying don't take measured, calculated risks. I'm saying when it comes to your ultimate vision, go all in on that. I'm going to do it. That's it, period. No one and nothing is going to get in my way. No circumstance is bigger than me. I am it. It's done. And I'm here to remember and figure out how it happened. So make a decision, cut off from all other options, kill off all other options to make a difference in other people's lives. Ask yourself, who's going to suffer if I don't lead and I don't succeed? Who are the people out there who you are the answer to their prayer, but you maybe haven't gone all in on gifting and giving them and being that answer? Your inner flame that will motivate and keep you going all in is a burning desire for your 5-year target, built from clarity around that target. And the certainty will come from you feeling and feeding it in your vision. I have felt this lift, especially in the past couple of months, as I've gotten even more rigorous about my 5-year vision. And I've lived it in my imagination. Like, I will do no matter what and whatever it takes and everything required to get to that vision. And it makes me into a machine of execution, of implementation, of living at my edge, of doing everything that there is to do. Last thing, you may have some of these fears: fear of being seen, fear of success, fear of taking responsibility, fear of failure, fear of taking action, fear of getting it wrong. Go and use the Recode playlist on YouTube that I've given you. And if you don't have it yet, request it from me, in service of you getting to where you need to be, clear to take the actions that are offered here, like a force of nature. Love you so much. Thank you for receiving week 1 in brief. It was longer than I expected, but still concise. Hope you have the most beautiful day. I'll see you on the flip side. Be well. Peace and love.